Hello, everyone. Welcome back to L Forum's Leadership Speak series. On this episode, I have the pleasure of welcoming a seasoned serial entrepreneur who's seen many successes and had a wonderful journey. I'm happy to welcome Mr. Anjan Lahiri, CEO of Navikenz, to our show. Welcome, Anjan.
Hey, thank you so much, Ringo. Great to be here. I worked with Wipro, and then in 1991, I came here and I worked with a company called Cambridge Technology Partners from Boston, which was a consulting company, a blue-blooded consulting company, really at the forefront of the dot-com boom. CTP, as it was known, was really the company to go for when companies were going, bricks to clicks, clicks to bricks, etc. Somehow I was a kid when I left Wipro, but I kept in touch, and Wipro kept in touch with me. In 1999, 10 of us came together to start Mindtree. Everybody knows that Mindtree was started by 10 people. It's a pretty well-known story. But what people might not know is Mindtree was started by 10 people, out of which 7 mostly were from Wipro and 3 were from Cambridge. So I was the missing link in the team. I was a kid, but missing link. And I was also pretty much the only guy abroad. So I set up the company on the East Coast, then I moved to the West Coast, then I went to London, set up Mindtree in Europe. That was a fantastic time. And then in 2008, I went back to India after 17, 18 years, and I ran the services business of Mindtree globally for 5 years. That was a fantastic time. Then I quit. So that was my 17 years with Mindtree. I quit in 2013, and I became a professional manager again. I picked up a public company called Sasken. I was there for about a year and a half. I had lots of lessons there that I learned, some successes, many failures. And those, I think, helped me in my next job, which was Birlasoft, where I picked up Birlasoft. It was about a $150 million company, which had not really had spectacular growth in the prior 10 years. And thanks to all the support of the Birlas and the group that came together, we had a spectacular run over 5 years. And from being like a no-name company, Birlasoft today became a established company in the mid-sized space, more than $1 billion in valuation, from really nothing. And previously it was just a GE company with 65% of the revenue from GE. And then now it is a very well diversified organization. So I look back at that stint with some satisfaction. And then all of that together brought me to Navikenz, and I'm on my next journey, but I'll keep it for the next breath that I take. So over. Nothing called leadership. I think, if you're a cook, right? So there are 2 kinds of cooks or a chef you can be. I'm not a big cook, so to survive. But there are 2 kinds, right? So one is, you'll be a line cook, and no matter what you give, the output will be the same. Chicken butter masala will taste exactly the same, no matter what the chicken was, no matter what the vegetables was. And then you go to a big restaurant, which will harness the strength and flavor of the ingredients that exist. And that's real cooking. And that's what real leadership is of. Your job as a leader is not to be seen at all. Your job as a leader is to allow the people to find themselves and be able to work together. But your biggest job as a leader is to try to ensure that all of them try to find the same thing. In other words, you have a common vision, a common mission, a common set of values, and how to get to that, you need to enthuse the people to be able to find their own way. And that is the biggest job of leadership, is to get out of the way, is to show the way and get out of the way. But unfortunately, all of us are human beings, and all of us struggle, no matter who you are. You struggle with your own personal insecurities. So all of us as leaders try to ingest ourselves saying, I know this better than you do, which is completely untrue. So like a good chef, let the flavor come out of the stuff that is in front of you, and not from what is inside you. Suppress that, I think, is the biggest challenge of leadership. That's a very difficult question. The reason I pause is I almost question sometimes if there is any difference between entrepreneurial leadership and leadership, except for the fact that if you're an entrepreneur, you can't quit. That's a big one. That's a big one. It's like marriage, right? So what is the difference between taking a job and starting a company? If you take a job, you can quit. Say, I don't like it anymore. As an entrepreneur, of course, I don't mean that entrepreneurs don't quit, but it's very, very difficult because when you quit, it's a loss of face to yourself. And that's the biggest failure that you can ever have. Yeah, it depends. The biggest learnings are always the ones that you learn about yourself. And that is a continuous journey. You constantly attempt to reinvent, but actually all of us are who we are by the age of 15, 16, and really doesn't change. Some of our abilities, capabilities might move here and there, but essentially we don't change. So biggest learning is the fact that it's always about other people. So biggest learning is to focus intensely on, you can't make organizations successful if you don't make the people in the organization successful. So doing the right thing in the company is not the first thing that you need to do in the company or in any group. The first thing you need to do is to figure out what the people in the company want to do by themselves, and then how to bring that together in order that the company might attempt to move towards the right direction. If you come in and say, hey, you know what, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I know exactly what to do. This is wrong, this is right, this is wrong, go in this direction, you move out, you come in. And it might be absolutely the right thing to do, but you can't do that. You absolutely cannot do that because of what I said earlier. The company belongs to people with heads, and you need the heads to work together. So look at what you're learning in the first 10 years, for sure, 10, 15 years. If you do the right things in your life, in the last 10 years of your life, career, you'll make multiple times more than what you'll make in the first 20, 30 years of your life. So don't worry about money. All of you will make lots of money, but think about where will I learn the most. And of course, you got to be with a winner. There is nothing like going down fighting. There's no point in that. You got to be with a winner, and you need to be part of making that a winner, as you mentioned, Ringo, earlier. So always look around. Is my company doing well? Is my industry in the right industry? Am I around people who are better than me? If you think you know all the answers to, if you are the person within 1 year of joining a piece of work and everybody comes to you for the answers, you're in the wrong company. You might feel very good about yourself. You are in the wrong company. You should be challenged. I say that I have lived at the edge of my competence all my life. Every morning, or more importantly, every night I've gone to sleep, I've said, I'll not survive tomorrow. I don't know how to do this. I literally can genuinely say I've lived my life that way all my life. I don't know how to negotiate tomorrow. I'm scared. I'm worried, and it worked out. But be worried, be scared. If you're not, be worried and be worried, be scared, and be hungry. If you're making too much money and you know exactly what to do, and you have nothing to fear, you are in the wrong direction.
Awesome words of advice. Thank you, Anjan, and thank you for your time. I know you're super busy, but really appreciate you finding the time for us. And like I said, this is a forum where we want to bring in interesting ideas and thoughts, and I would love to bring you over again sometimes, maybe for other discussions. So please do support us, and give us your whenever you feel there's something you would like to share with us, please do that. And wish you and Navikenz all success and glory.
Thank you so much. Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Like, share, subscribe to the EL Forum channel. Click the link below to enjoy the full video.